Ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, members of the Roll the Tape film crew, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach had a very short-lived press conference. And in that press conference, Gervonta Davis, let's just call him Tank revealed that he was done and retiring boxing. He had a subsequent interview with multiple media members, and he reconfirmed that he was going to retire from the sport. He was asked why would he be retiring. He was also asked about the 3 fights that he mentioned at the press conference. And basically, he reconfirmed that he's going to fight 3 more fights. Within 2025. And then after that, win, lose, or draw, he's done. He's going to officially retire. He was asked why. And basically, he said that boxing is trash. I mean, we could all assume and interpret what he meant. But I want to take a different approach on this. Because people are trying to discover what he meant. And I like to keep things very simple. What difference does it make? What difference does it make? I mean, let's put this in proper perspective. Tank has accomplished a lot in this sport. He has been dedicated to this sport for over 20 plus years. Let's just cap it off at 25 years. 25 years. If you worked at your occupation for 25 years, I'm sure retirement would be on your mind as well. If you work in your profession for 25 years, I'm sure 25 years will be a long time for you, and retirement will be on your mind as well. If you do anything for 25 years, at some point, you're going to get sick and tired of it. And so, we know that Tank is human. That goes without saying. Okay? But he's done everything that he wanted to do in the sport. He's accomplished so many different things in the business of boxing, having become what most people would agree and say that he is the face of boxing. He's become the face of boxing. He's become one of the faces of boxing. And he's developed into a professional boxer who transcended boxing and became a box office hit. And because of that alone, he should be applauded. He's going through the process of being an official world champion. He's going through the process of being scrutinized for some of the things that he has done. and some of the things that he has said in the past outside of the ring that comes with it. He has always been in the public eye since he became a professional, but more notably, once he signed to Mayweather Promotions when he was 11 wins and 0 losses. I dubbed Tank as the AI of boxing. Tank Davis is the Allen Iverson of boxing. He has the charisma. Of course, he has braids, so I have to throw that in there. He has the hairstyle. He's tattooed up. The girls are highly attracted to him. He has marketability. He has transcended the sport of boxing. He's extremely talented in the craft of being a professional athlete. He has dedicated himself. He's not the most physically bigger person when you compare like someone of his caliber and star power with a LeBron James who has height and weight. Athletes in baseball, athletes in football who's transcended their profession. And we're talking about a 130 to 135 pound professional boxer. He's brass. He speaks his mind, and he's controversial with some of the things that he say. If those things I just mentioned don't remind you all of the late 90s, early 2000s Allen Iverson, I don't know what else would. But he is the AI of boxing, in my opinion. But he did everything that he wanted to do in this business. He also mentioned his process of getting in and out. And I'm going to be clear when I say in and out. He treats the business like a bank robbery. He go in and he get out. In other words, he doesn't care about his name being in the mentions of Hall of Famers. He doesn't care about being in the Hall of Fame. He doesn't care about accolades. He doesn't care about winning world titles. This is what he was asked in a subsequent interview after the press conference. And these are his words. He said out of his mouth, he want to come do his job, get the check, and get on up out of there. And he does a great job doing that. And so my thing is this. Win, lose, or draw in his next several fights that he planned on fighting, he deserves and has earned the privilege of retiring on his own terms, especially when he still had all of his faculties, where he's not punch drunk, his speech is not slurred. He has also mentioned that he has made investments in real estate and other business ventures where he just wants to live a quiet life without basically the fame. He don't want to be in the public eye. He just want to live a peaceful life behind the scenes and be a good father to his children. Those are the things that we did not hear Tank say, based on the words that we did hear him use and say. And so if he chooses to retire, then salute to Tank Davis. But before he can retire, before we can talk about who his next 3 opponents are going to be, he is going to have to compete against Lamont Roach on March the 1st. And so I think that it's appropriate to, let's talk about this fight between him and Lamont. And then after the fights, then we can talk about the 3 fights that he want to fight and who, where, when, and then retirement. But right now, the focus is Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach, March 1st at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. You know what? I'm doing way too much talking. Don't take my word for it. Roll the tape.